Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I tell you that this is the best macaroni recipe on YouTube. It's tasty, it's flavorful, it's colorful, and the seasonings, the flavorings, everything just goes very well. If you want to see how I make this macaroni, then keep watching to the end. So to make this recipe, I start by prepping my ingredients. I have my tomatoes, my pepper, and some bell peppers which I blended to a smooth consistency. And to that I have my vegetable oil. I have some dehydrated beef there which I cut into thin strips. I have my tomato paste, and then I have my seasoning cube. I have some spices, the dried thyme, pure ground spices, curry powder, black pepper, and some paprika. I have my macaroni. I love to use this particular brand of macaroni because it's just sort of sits together. I mean the foreign brands compared to the ones that are made in Nigeria. It's just a personal preference. It's not so gummy. It just separates and it makes my macaroni, my pasta look so good. And then for my vegetables, I cut some my bell peppers there. I got some green chilies, cilantro chilies, and then I got some string beans, green string beans. And then I have my cabbage, which I also washed and cut. And then I have my onions, which I cut into two different shapes. I'm going to use one for the food and one for sauteing. Now that was the water you just saw for pre-cooking the macaroni. And then I am going to stir fry my beautiful vegetables. Don't miss this step. I tell you, stir frying this vegetables like this, it elevates the color, the flavors, the taste of this dish. You don't want to miss this step. Very important. So first of all, in a pan on a medium heat, low heat, I added a little vegetable oil. I added my onions. After frying for about a minute 30 seconds, I added my cilantro chilies. I love these chilies in this dish. I didn't pound them because I want the flavors. You know, it can be hot too. Now I added my string green beans, and then I'm going to give that a gentle stir. Next, I'm going to add my black pepper, and I'm going to add some salt. I'm going to give this a gentle stir and let it fry for an extra 2 minutes or until it's al dente. Look how beautiful this looks. I can eat it just as it is, so add it as a side dish to rice or spaghetti or anything, just as it is. Next, it's time to incorporate our bell peppers. Look how beautiful they look. Oops, that's some double editing there. I have the yellow bell pepper, the red one, the green, and the orange bell peppers. Beautiful mix of colors. Now I'm going to add some extra salt and then some extra black pepper, so the bell peppers can also enjoy some of the yumminess of those spices and still be very tasty at the same time. I'm going to give that a quick stir and then let it fry for a little bit, and then I am going to incorporate the last vegetable, our cabbage. For those who don't know how to use cabbage, some said cabbage is not good for anything other than salads. This is another way of incorporating cabbage into your meals. You won't feel anything and you get to have all the nutrients in it. I'm going to add some extra black pepper again and a little bit salt because cabbage can be very bland, so it's going to like soak up all of the saltiness. So you need a little bit more of it. I'm going to give that a gentle stir. Some of them still escaped. As you can see, the pan is already filled up with this goodness. So we're going to give that a gentle stir and let it fry for about a minute, and then set aside for use later. Next, our water is just about simmering. We don't want to boil this water for pre-cooking our pasta, so I'm just going to cut up that pasta with the scissors. I remember cutting pasta as a child was one of the most frustrating things I could do. I just didn't figure out when I was learning to cook that you could just carry a scissors or a razor and just tear the thing away. I'll just be struggling with my teeth. Did anybody ever do that? Well, those days are over. Cooking now has been made more fun. So I'm going to pour all of that pasta in the simmering water, and I'm just going to let that simmer away until it's al dente. Next, we're going to prepare our pasta sauce, the base for this macaroni. Now, in a pot on medium heat, I added some vegetable oils. To that, I dropped like 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to let that fry for about 2 minutes. Next, I added my onions, which I cut into small pieces like this, and I'm going to give that a quick stir and then let it fry for about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, it's time to incorporate our tomato paste. This tomato paste, look at the color, it's so beautiful. Oops, that's another double editing. Wow, what happened today? Sorry about that, my apologies please. So now we incorporate our tomato paste, and then we're going to stir and then let it fry for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now, this tomato paste is the Gino brand that has the onion pepper mix, and I tell you, this, I love using this for my dishes. It elevates the color, it elevates the taste, it just has this natural thing to it, and I love it. Now our macaroni is cooking nicely. I didn't cover it because I don't want the water to run over and mess up my gas top. Now our tomato paste is almost like fried just the way I want it, and then I am going to incorporate the blended tomato and peppers at this point. I'm going to give that a quick stir, and I'm going to just build up the rest of the flavors. So I checked my macaroni again to make sure it's okay. So now I'm going to just put that off from the fire. So my tomato base is beginning to cook. Now I'm going to incorporate my beef. I just added my dehydrated beef. Don't forget, it's a little bit salted, so it's already sweet as it is. Next, after incorporating this beef, I am going to add my spices. So the first to go on the list of my spice is the curry powder. Next, my dry thyme followed. I just love how it's just simmering gently in the background as I build up. God. Then my paprika followed. This macaroni, the first time I made this dish, don't worry, just try and follow this recipe and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you do not have dehydrated beef, don't worry about that. Use fresh beef, cut into thin strips. The only thing is you have to find a way of making sure that it's well cooked, because this dehydrating the beef has shortened the cooking time for me. So next I added my seasoning cube, and I'm going to add an extra seasoning cube. All that wait was for me to peel the cube. It's another part of cooking that I hate, peeling Maggi or whatever. Now I'm adding a little salt. You can see how very little salt I put, like a quarter teaspoon, because don't forget we've added some salt to the vegetables, and then the dehydrated beef has some salt, and then there's seasoning cube. So we don't want our food to be too salty. We just want it to be tasty. That's another double editing. That is triple apologies in this video. So I'm going to give that all a quick stir, and then I'm going to let it simmer a bit for a little longer, like about 2 minutes, and then I am going to incorporate the main culprit of this dish, our pasta. Now after pre-cooking this pasta, I didn't use any extra water to wash it. Can you see how the pasta is just standing apart? It's not gummy at all. So I'm just scooping it out straight from the water I pre-cooked it into the pan. Look how beautiful. I love the shape of this pasta as well. So now I'm going to give this a gentle stir until everything is well incorporated, all the yumminess, and it just flows into the pasta, just sticks together, and then just cooks. It's already looking like, oh, this meal is going to be the bomb. You want to cook this pasta on low heat at this point, because we're not adding any extra water to this. It's just the paste, the base of this, that is going to cook it. So your pasta should be al dente before you put it, like almost done, before you cook it this way. If not, you end up having pasta that is not well cooked, and then it's burning at the end. Look at our pasta after about 10 minutes, 10-12 minutes. Look at what our pasta looks like. You don't want it to be too dry, because you won't get the benefit of all that sauce. Now it's time to incorporate something very, very, very important: our stir-fried veggies. Look how beautiful and colorful. I'm going to scoop all of that yumminess into it. So I incorporated these veggies in 2 batches so that everything can be properly incorporated. I am going to just give that a gentle stir, and then I'm going to add the second batch of the vegetables. Look how beautiful our pasta looks. So if this is your first time of watching my videos, do you like it? Come on, we're not fighting, right? Subscribe and hit on the notification button so that you can get you can get notified when I upload new videos. And to my old subscribers, thank you so much for always watching. Thank you so much for supporting. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys very well. Don't forget to keep sharing, to keep liking, and to drop your comments at the end of this video. Now look at how beautiful our pasta looks. Very yummy, very delicious. Your family will love it. Give this a try. Let me know how it goes.